How can a clipboard system that tracks waste really have an impact on your food cost and your restaurant kitchen operations? Well, I'm going to share that with you in just a second. Hey there, restaurant pros. This is Dave Scott Peters, restaurant expert, coach, and creator of the Restaurant Prosperity Formula. And I'm going to give you my top 5 reasons you need to track waste in your restaurant kitchen. A waste tracker is a simple clipboard system. Simply print off the form and put it on a clipboard in your kitchen. The form is really simple. It's got the day of the week and the date, but then it's got 7 distinct columns. That's it. You're gathering some information. The time the waste happened, the item and description that you wasted, the amount, quantity, or weight of what was wasted, the reason it was wasted, the employee who wasted it, and then a manager, 2 columns of the manager's name and the cost of that product that the manager went and looked it up from recipe costs and cards or product costs. And when any product is wasted for any reason, the kitchen is to write it down on the waste tracker. Now, sounds pretty simple. We're going to talk about how it can be a challenge, but let me first give you the top 5 reasons you need to be tracking waste in your kitchen. Number 5, you get to identify training issues. Instead of getting to the end of the month and going, chef or kitchen manager, why is your food cost high? And they go, well, George has been burning steaks is what I hear, but I don't work with him. We work opposite shifts. Instead, it's written down. I know that that individual needs to be retrained, repositioned, or even fired. Number 4, you identify bad over-ordering practices. Wouldn't it be nice to instead of throwing away half a case of tomatoes every Thursday, see it, so that I can adjust my ordering, that I don't over-order on a Tuesday going into that early part of the week. Number 3, you get to identify bad prep practices. What if I'm making too much product? Like we look in the walk-in cooler and we see the day dots and we go, holy crap, I've got to get rid of all this dressing, all these 2-ounce portion cups of dressing that were all prepped and ready, but they're past date because, well, we're just kind of making stuff. Because it was written on the waste sheet, I can see that. Number 2, you got to identify bad stocking practices. For instance, let's say we're putting items on the line and, well, maybe they're lunch meats, they're roll-ups. And we're seeing that by the time we get to a certain container, open it up, the turkey's starting to get dried out and we really don't want to be serving it. Well, I can make an adjustment. But the number one reason when we add up all 4 of those, that if you were listening, you could catch what was the theme of this was, it allows you to proactively manage your food costs by limiting practices in your kitchen that cause waste by identifying and fixing the problem that same day. See, when I see that I'm throwing away a half a case of tomatoes, I'm over-ordering, adjust it. When I see somebody making a mistake on the line consistently in their position, retrain them, reposition, or fire them. See, I can see the problem that day and fix it. All too often, things just go unnoticed, like barbecue restaurants with 8 sides on the line and they're dumping 9th pans every single night, but nobody writes it down, which means you're using more product than the money that comes in, which is your food cost is high. But if I recognize any of these issues and I make a change the day I see it, not 15 days in the next period when I have a discussion with my chef or my kitchen manager when I get my P&L, but right then and there, because it's too late then, right? But I see the problem today, I fix it today, and it's magic. Because all of a sudden we can stop making the same dumbass mistakes day after day after day that cost us real money. Now, warning, this system could be the easiest system you ever put in place in your kitchen. Simply print it out and use it. But know this, it will be the hardest system you'll ever put in place because it requires a manager to look at it each and every shift, or it's not going to get used. It's going to go away. But if you want to tackle these issues in your kitchen that are causing high food costs, you need to start tracking today. Be sure to join me live every Friday at 8 a.m. Pacific time on YouTube, travel schedule permitting, where I'll get you pumped about the upcoming weekend, get you excited about crushing your goals and finding the motivation to be best you possible. Plus, I'll answer your burning questions live.